The night went on regularly. Laughed, joked, whatever. Said prayers with the kids, put them to bed. Good night to the wife. We went to bed. As I'm sleeping, all of a sudden I'm in hell. Now when I say hell, I mean this cave. The cave is humongous. I can't even describe the, over to my left, there's like a 2-mile wide crater with orange, like yellowish, reddish flames coming up, and the screams are millions at the same time. And the thought that hit my head was like, that's where Hitler's at. That's where the major people who are leading a lot of people to death are, or that have, or whatever, or where they will be going. And where I was up on this ledge, and there was two cave entrances there, you know what I'm saying? I didn't go into them, but I could see them. And I had a demon. There was demons all over, and there was people just screaming all over. And a demon would grab my right arm and pull, and would rip my arm off, where my whole arm would come off, and I'd see the skin hanging, and the veins, and the blood, and, the first 2-3 times you see that, you're still used to thinking how we do on Earth, and on Earth we're like, oh no, what panic, but there, it's different. So, you're shocked. But he'd pull it off, and a couple seconds later, it would be back on again, and he would do the same thing all over again, and he'd be holding my arm, looking at me, laughing, because he just wants to see the fear, the fright on my face. So, in front of me stood this, only way I can describe it is a monster, and I'm talking like 4 foot wide, huge shoulders, like Sully off of Monsters, Inc., if you ever seen that. And that was a cool movie and all, but this guy was like evil, huge, big like that, huge, like knives, huge claws, huge. And these things, he would just go like this, wham, and come off from this side, and when he'd hit me, he'd just rip my stomach to shreds, and my whole insides would fall on the ground of the cave. And I'd look down, and, once again, you're shocked, how's this happening? If it happens here, we're dead. But there, by the time he'd pull his hand back again, I was healed. And he would do it all over again, and he'd laugh at me. So the whole thing there, they wanted to laugh. They wanted to see your fear. They wanted to torture you. And they were content to do this forever. You absolutely knew that in your heart as you're there. But I remember cursing at him, saying, do you really think I give a F what you're doing? Think about it. On this earth, I'd run crazy from this guy. But there, he didn't even affect me. Because I couldn't feel my stomach being tore open. I couldn't feel my arm being ripped off. And even with the smells, and even with the screams, the panic, the chaos, constantly. The chaos for me was the separation from God. Knowing that I can pray all I want. I can't get my prayers up to Him. It's over. It's like grabbing a rubber ball trying to throw it through the ceiling. It's not going to happen. And I realized instantly that as long as you're living, as long as you're breathing and walking on this earth, I don't care if you're atheist, I don't care what you are, New Age and this and that. Wake up, because as long as you're breathing, you have a shot to pray to Jesus, to drop to your knees, to ask God to come into your life, to save your life, and to turn your life over to God. And you can do that as long as you're breathing. Once you breathe your last breath, the dishes are done. Whatever you've accumulated to that point will be what happens. And a lot of people say, well, my God he's a loving God, and there is no hell, and He wouldn't put you in hell, and He wouldn't do this and that. Let me tell you something. That's all nice and everything, and you can keep that where you keep it. But hell is real. And you know who put yourself in hell? You. Because you're shown how you lived. You see everything you've ever done. And why, as you know, as you see, you judge yourself. Well, I wasn't this good. I did this. I did that. He has a law for us to follow. And if you don't follow it, you're going to be in hell. In hell, my heart wants to just explode just thinking of that place. I wish I had 1,000 years to live here, to do good every day I could, just to try to assure myself that I don't go there. You know what I'm saying? I can't even think about going back there. I tried my best today to give glory to God because I'm so scared of that place. But I'm very scared for the people who don't believe in it because it is so frightening. I'm sure that other people who have had these experiences felt different things in hell. Myself, all I felt was the separation from God. Not one other thing bothered me. As far, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing else could ever overtake that pain. And I couldn't believe that I was stuck here for eternity to be tortured and to always know that I had everything. I had my wife, I had my kids, I had all the opportunities in the world, and I didn't make any of them work. I squandered everything, and it had brought me to this point for eternity.